you can get wealthy and still keep your waitress job. You don't need to move up the ladder. Your waitress job will do just fine. You take 10% of your tips and you invest it. But don't invest it in real estate. Real estate is nothing but a hassle with debt. Invest it in the stock market. Take 10% of your tips and invest it in the stock market. Well, you might say, well, what am I going to invest it in? I don't know anything about the stock market. You just go ahead and pick something in the stock market. Anything, any rationale you want to use. And you will learn as you go along what to invest in. It's like playing poker. You gotta play poker to learn how to be a better poker player. So you got to invest to become a better investor. So you take 10% of your tips as a waitress and you invest it. And you don't even concern yourself anymore about being a success. Forget it. You don't need success. You know what success is? Success is clawing your way to the top. You're exhausted with the clawing. And when you reach a certain level, you got to own and buy more stuff, which is just a burden. And the stuff you bought, within 2 or 3 months, you're going to become used to it. And it won't have any thrill anymore. And this cycle goes on and on as you try to achieve success. No, stay being a waitress working on tips. And unfortunately, if you have any brains, the management is going to advance you anyway, whether you like it or not. Okay, go ahead. But if management advances you, you didn't ask for it, but if management advances you, but you still keep driving the same old car, the same old beater, and then management comes up to you and says, we just gave you a big raise, we promoted you. Why are you driving that old beater? Just tell them, I said, I like my old car. I don't want to buy a new car. Well, that's not what we expect of our managers. When we give more money and position to our managers, we expect them to live accordingly. And just tell them, well, I'm not going to do that. Well, then maybe we'll get rid of you. Well, fine, I'll go get a waitress job someplace else and invest my 10% of tips all over again. Just continue. If you want to get rid of me, go ahead. Because I'm a waitress, I can find many waitress jobs. Well, we don't like you buying that, driving that beater, but we're going to keep you anyway because we need you because we're good. That's how it ends up. So if they promote you, go along with their deal, but keep to your core values, putting away your 10%. And remember, as a waitress, you can always get a job. Not like high-priced executives who find themselves laid off and they can't find a high-priced executive job again. So they go years unemployed, losing money, paying for all the stuff that they bought during their success. While you, as a waitress, just keep going along, putting your 10% in the stock market, and if the restaurant closes, you go over to the next restaurant. And then one day you're going to find that, hey, I don't need to work anymore. My investments are going to be paying for my lifestyle. So that's how, as a waitress, you can stay at the waitress job and be happy knowing you are doing something about your future, a good future.